Are you sharing or?
I would share time 4 minutes for myself, 2 minutes with my colleague Senator Norris, and 1 minute with Senator Humphreys, with the agreement of the House.
Right.
Well, I'm hoping it'll add up to 7. I'd like to welcome you to the House, Taoiseach, to Fáilte Road, to welcome you on behalf of my colleagues in the technical group and my Labour colleagues. And as you've said, this is an auspicious date, marking 70 years since we became a republic, and I'm delighted to be sharing a platform later with you at the Royal Irish Academy. We might consider, Taoiseach, as you've hinted before, that we would make 18th of April annually a Republic Day. I think that would be fitting to mark that date. In my brief 4 minutes, I want to raise 4 points that I think are integral to the strengthening of our status as a republic. First, the day after the more horrific revelations about the treatment of women and children and babies in mother and baby homes, I think we have unfinished business to do in terms of separation of church and state, particularly in the fields of education and of healthcare, and I would ask you to do more on that. Secondly, on women's rights, I think we need to do more here also to increase the numbers of women in politics, to increase the representation of women in the cabinet. I know that's something that many of us were disappointed by on previous occasions. So next time you're reshuffling, Taoiseach, you might think of that, particularly the day after we had such a powerful address from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi here in the Oireachtas. In terms of gender equality, I think we also need this year to delete the sexist language relating to women and mothers in Article 41 of the Constitution. And 1 year after the historic repeal of the 8th Amendment by a two-thirds majority, we need to urgently move forward with legislation on exclusion zones to ensure women have safe access to the services, to abortion and reproductive health services. Thirdly, on Brexit, we've all cooperated in this House, as in the other House, with the government's approach to on Brexit, with the swift passage of the omnibus Brexit bill. But I would ask you, Taoiseach, to consider the proposal made by my party leader Brendan Howlin yesterday, where he suggested that Ireland should press for a 5-year flextension, terrible word, but a 5-year extension for Britain in order to give time for the Houses of Parliament to secure a resolution of the issue, to ensure there's no that a deal is reached, to ensure also that there would be time for a people's vote and a second vote where we all would hope to see a reversal of the 2016 decision, and of course also to see some reform of the EU so that we move forward genuinely towards a more progressive social Europe. And finally, Taoiseach, in terms of our status as a republic, this government does need to do more on climate change, and I think here we really see the future of our republic is at stake. I was very proud to attend the protest last month, the school children's protest inspired by Greta Thunberg, along with my 11-year-old daughter and her friends, where it was so clear that for the future generations in this republic, this government and future governments need to do more to ensure that we tackle climate change in a real and practical way. And I'll hand over now to my colleagues.